Welcome students. Today we will discuss another very important cell organelle, and that is the vacuole. So vacuoles are membrane bound membrane bound vesicle structures found in eukaryotic cells. So vesicles are structures like this. They are membrane bound spaces in the cytoplasm which contain materials like water, shape, and excretory products. All these materials are not useful for the cell. I don't say that every material in the vesicle is not useful or in the vacuole is not useful for the cell, but most of the materials stored by uh, the vacuole are not useful for the cell. Then another very important point that this vacuole is surrounded by a single membrane, and this point you are asked in the entrance examination, NEET examination. The single membrane which surrounds the vacuole is known as the tonoplast. Tonoplast is the membrane which surrounds the vacuole. So a single membrane surrounds the vacuole, and that very membrane is known as the tonoplast. After that, you will see that in plant cells, the vacuole is present in the center of the cell, and it occupies 90% of the cytoplasmic space. So in plant cells there is a large central vacuole which occupies most of the area of the cytoplasm. Mostly it is said that it occupies 90% of the volume of the cell. Then there's another very important point about the vacuoles, that is that in plants the transport of molecules across the membrane, that's across the tonoplast. This is tonoplast, which is the membrane surrounding the vacuole. The transport of molecules through the tonoplast occurs by active transport mechanism. It occurs by active transport mechanism. It means that molecules are pushed into the vacuole, though inside the vacuole the concentration of those molecules is high. For example, they are A type molecules. They are in bulk quantity, or they are in very high quantity inside the vacuole, but they are also present outside the vacuole in the cytoplasm. They are supplied from their lower concentration to the higher concentration. That is, they are supplied against the concentration gradient. And in this type of transport, active energy is involved, and this is known as active transport. So you have to understand that the transport of molecules across the tonoplast is mostly through active transport mechanism. In case of animal cells, there can be vacuoles, and the vacuoles can be more in number as compared with the plant cells, but the vacuoles are small in shape, size, small vacuoles. But in plants, mostly there is a single vacuole which is very large and is central in position. Then types of vacuoles. The vacuoles can be of different types, like gas vacuoles, which store gas. Then there can be sap vacuoles which store sap, and again there can be contractile vacuoles, like you can find in amoeba. Contractile vacuoles like you find in amoeba, and they have a very important role in the excretion and osmoregulation. Then again, there's another type of vacuole like the food vacuoles, which you can find in many protists, and these food vacuoles are formed by engulfing the food particles. For example, this is a protist, and this protist engulfs a food molecule which is present outside the cell. It engulfs, then packs it into a vacuole, which is known as the food vacuole. So gas vacuoles, sap vacuoles, contractile vacuoles, and food vacuoles are different types of vacuoles you can see in the different types of the cells.